What was your most unforgettable runaway from home attempt? When I was 11, I packed a backpack with 2 sandwiches, my grandfather's compass, and $43 saved from birthdays. My parents had been fighting for weeks, the kind where dishes break and doors slam. That night, I heard my father say, maybe we should just end this. I decided I wouldn't wait around to see what this meant. I left at 4 a.m. when the sky was still navy blue. Our town had a Greyhound station, and I'd memorized the schedule from a field trip. First bus left at 5:15 for the city, where my aunt lived. She'd understand. She always did. The station was empty except for a man sleeping across 3 seats and a teenager with headphones. I approached the ticket counter, heart hammering. The woman looked at me over reading glasses. "One way to Portland," I said, trying to sound older. "That's $27.50, she replied, not even blinking at a kid buying a ticket alone. "ID? I hadn't thought of that. I forgot it," she sighed. "You need to be 16 to travel alone without a consent form." I was backing away when a voice behind me said, "He's with me." A woman in her 30s with tired eyes and a coffee stain on her blouse stood there. "My nephew," she added. The ticket agent looked between us, shrugged, and printed 2 tickets. The woman paid for hers, I paid for mine. Outside by the bus, she lit a cigarette. "Where are you really going?" "My aunt's," I said. She nodded. "Parents fighting?" I stared at my shoes. "Listen," she said. "I ran away at 13, lived on the streets for 8 months before police picked me up. Not recommending that path." She exhaled smoke. "But I'm not sending you back either. That's your choice." On the bus, she sat across the aisle. "I'm Diane," she said. "I'll make sure you get to your aunt's safely." For 3 hours, we barely spoke. I watched towns blur past, wondering if my parents had discovered I was gone yet. Diane shared her pretzels and bought me a soda when we stopped. "Why are you helping me?" I finally asked. "Because nobody helped me," she said simply. When we reached Portland, she walked me 6 blocks to my aunt's apartment building. "This is as far as I go," she said. "You sure about this?" I nodded, though my certainty was fading. "Take this." She handed me a card with a phone number, if things go sideways. I watched her walk away before pressing my aunt's buzzer. When the door opened, my aunt's face transformed from confusion to shock to relief. "Oh my God," she whispered, pulling me inside. My parents arrived 4 hours later. They'd been frantic, calling hospitals and police. What I didn't know, they weren't ending their marriage that night. Dad had been talking about quitting his job, the one making him miserable. My mother held me so tight I could feel her heartbeat. My father, who rarely showed emotion, had been crying. "Don't ever disappear like that again," he said, voice breaking. That night, driving home, I saw Diane waiting at the bus stop, smoking another cigarette. Our eyes met as we passed. She gave a small nod. I never called the number she gave me, but I kept that card for years. Sometimes I wonder if she was real, or if my scared mind invented a guardian angel. Either way, I learned something. Running away doesn't solve problems, but sometimes you need to leave to understand why you should stay. 20 years later, I still have the compass. It doesn't point north anymore, but it reminds me of the day I tried to find my way, and instead found my way back.